Echo Park, part of the new ToneCore series of pedals. This is based around our DO4 Stompbox modeler, and even though it's very small compared to that unit, it has a lot of features that are really unique. One being the tap tempo function of the on and off switch. So I'm going to play a phrase again, but what I'm going to do is set the tempo on the fly. This comes with three of our most popular models, being analog, tape, and digital delay. What's really cool about this is I can actually flip over to tape and control the wow and flutter on the mod knob here. So if I go and turn this up, you'll hear sort of the tape warble, as it were. Now, when we go over to digital, mod actually gives you a slight chorusing sound. So I can set that up here, and you'll hear, as the delays repeat, sort of a nice subtle chorusing between the notes. The longer I make the repeats, the more lush it sounds. So we'll turn up the repeats and make the delay time longer as I'm playing. Also really cool is when we can flip over to analog, we get the same type of subtle chorusing you would get, but in a very warm sort of sound. And if we pull the repeats up a little bit, it'll turn into this nice subtle pad. So now with those three models being analog, tape, and digital, we have a function control which gives you really cool options for this. So if I go back into tape, I can actually now flip this function knob over to reverse and get reverse tape. I can also flip over to digital and say call up the swell mode, which will actually auto volume the thing. So when I play a chord, it'll slowly rise into a nice pad of delays. And we're going to add a little modulation here and crank up the repeats a bit. Now we're going to flip over to the first part of the function knob, which actually sets our tap tempo. So we're going to flip over to analog now, get a nice repeat, bring in a little dry signal. Now in this mode, it's in quarter notes. So again, what's flashing on the green light will be exactly what I get out of it. Now I can take that and flip that, say dotted eighth notes. So now when I can actually tap in quarter notes and get back to eighth note. Now we can also go over to other cool functions like multi-1 and multi-2. What this does is take different taps as a delay and spreads them across a stereo field. So you hear a single tap plus other things flying around it. Echo Park has a delay range time of 53 milliseconds all the way up to 2.5 milliseconds. This is Echo Park, part of ToneCore.